Howdy, hey, hello. Welcome to the Love Month here on Munch and Mingle. You guys, this episode, there are some people who need to hear this episode. We have got my dear friend Brooke Ray. Sorry, I know that's not your last name, but that's who you are to me.
I embody that title, so it's fine.
Her name's Brooke.
Hey guys, it's me.
So crazy enough, Brooke and I actually already recorded an episode 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And it was good. It was great.
It was great. Yeah.
But it...
Subpar.
No,
honestly.
It was good. But there was something missing. And you know, it's always hard for me because I'm like, I'm just here to let you guys talk, to let my guests speak. So it's like, I always think, you know, yeah, they said what they need to say. But we definitely I at least felt like, I felt like we could have gone more, but it's probably just me overthinking. And then I got a text from you 2 days ago. No, yesterday?
It
was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah. So I actually, after the episode, kind of was like, did I give enough? I don't know. It was weird. But I was like, wow, I'm just overthinking it. It was fine. And then after that, I didn't really pay much mind to it. I thought about it a few times, but as the episode got closer, I was really thinking about it. And then I think it was, obviously it was this week. I don't remember what day it was, but I was fully meditating. In my Zen, I had not been that deep into a meditation in a long time. So this might be why, but I had my headphones on. I was listening to my frequencies and whatnot. And I just could not stop thinking about the episode. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to text McKenna. There is something else that I need to say, and I don't know what that is. Call it the universe, call it God. I don't know, but I was like, okay, I need to text McKenna, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow. So then the next day, I'm like, so I had this epiphany, and then I ignored it. Just kidding. Yeah. I wanted to because it's scary. I didn't want to be so I have so much to offer. I need to redo it. No. But I genuinely was just oh my gosh, there's something else. So then the next day I was on a walk with my dog and I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to text her. So I said, hey, McKenna, there's something here I need to revisit, but you can say no. And then McKenna was like, I feel the exact same way. And I was like, boom, there it is.
There's a lot. And obviously we've gone over a little bit more. And already I'm like, yep, this is it. This is going to be it. So buckle up, y'all. This is going to be so good.
I'm so excited. I'm so sorry if you can hear me munching on popcorn.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about this. Just get ready. It's for the real Brooke time. But before we do, let's talk about your munchies.
Yeah, I provided this one since
you did.
McKenna provided the last one.
Okay, I'll start munching. You explain starting from that one.
Perfect. Okay, so on my right, I have this beautiful bowl of my new favorite popcorn. Shout out to my friend Taylor Hammer. She recommended this on her social media. It is the I don't remember.
That bag.
Okay, it's called Lesser something Himalayan pink salt popcorn, and you will see this. Oh, Lesser Evil. Okay, love that. Himalayan pink salt popcorn, and what I love about it is it tastes like Boom Chicka Pop or Skinny Pop, but it's got this coconut oil taste to it. It's very subtle, but it's good, and it's salty, and I'm obsessed.
Okay.
The middle one, this is to kind of nod to our first munchie, which was chocolate covered popcorn.
So good.
I'm such a Boom Chicka Pop girl. I love popcorn. Is it good?
Yeah, that one's good. I like that one. This is the one we don't know.
This one we're doing a live taste test of because we don't know. It's either going to be really good or really gross. So it's confetti popcorn. Is it gross? Oh, no.
No.
Oh, shoot.
Hold
Her
on.
face was not. No. Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm going to try it.
It's birthday cake popcorn. It's not bad. It's got, it's for sure kettle corn. The first couple bites, you're like, I don't know. Then you let it sit.
I kind of like it.
And then you let it sit and you're like, okay, I think I could go back to that. It is kind of like, hey, I'm okay with that one.
I will say, though, I do have the taste buds of a 12-year-old. I will always get cotton candy ice cream, birthday cake, all of the things.
In my leisurely time, I would probably go the chocolate.
Okay.
But when I need some more sugar, I would definitely go the confetti.
Okay. I'm with you on that. Ooh. I think I can relate.
Dang, yeah.
I think my favorite might be the Himalayan salt still.
Yeah, that's still.
But I'm kind of vibing with the confetti. She kind of came out of left field there. She's kind of good. So I don't know.
I just love that you brought 3. That's what I'm more like. That's the best thing.
You gotta
so
try 'em
excited.
all. Perfect.
Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna go through we want to obviously just introduce you, give us a little quick recap, who you are, where you grew up, and then we'll start getting into the good stuff.
So I was raised in American Fork, Utah. I was a dancer. I danced studio for a lot of my life. I don't know how many years. But that was my life, and my identity was a dancer. I did drill team, I cheered, and then I went to college for like less than a semester. I mean, that's kind of my background. Like, I just remember as a kid, like that was just my life was dance. And I mean, I danced like 36 to 40 hours a week as a 12-year-old. Like, it was whack. But yeah, so that's kind of my background.
And you had you had a stable home. Yep. Wasn't anything going on too crazy. You just...
Yes. I need to shout out my family here because I am so incredibly close to every single person in my family, and I take great pride in that because it has not always been that way. But my little sister Bailey is literally my best friend. We do everything together, and she's at Utah State right now, so I'm so sad because I literally have to go to freaking Pilates and Starbucks without her. So lame. But we just send each other pictures all day, every day, and it's fun. I have a little brother named Carter. He is seriously going to be a millionaire someday. Like, he has the mind of an entrepreneur. He's just like my dad. Him and I relate to each other on every level. Like, we're just the same person in different fonts. He's the boy version of me, is what my mom would say. And then my little sister Claire, she's a complete firecracker. I think she's 11 now. Yeah, she's 11. She's in 6th grade. So
oh my gosh.
She's at such a fun age. You know, she's like kind of approaching the preteen years. She thinks I'm so cool and I love it. And she's like my little dose of like motherhood before motherhood.
Right.
So she's fun. And then, of course, my mom is literally the best person in the entire world. I'm obsessed with her. We are also best friends. I do a lot with her. But she's like this interior design, like fanatic. She does floral. Like, she has this cute Instagram.
She does.
Everything that I want to be. Like, I'm not even kidding you in every aspect. Like, she just is so amazing, and I'm obsessed with her passion for home decor. I think it's so cute. And she's the person that will like come to my house and like helps me decorate for every holiday. Like, right now she's getting excited for St. Patrick's Day, so we just went to Hobby Lobby. And
me and her.
Yes.
That is everyone forgets it, and I'm like, I know Easter's coming, but do not forget this.
You can't forget.
It's green. I love green.
I know,
so
I love green too. And then of course my dad is like also my ride or die. He is the most like pure, gentle, humble person ever. He actually, his business just got awarded for Utah's fastest 50 growing businesses, which I love to brag about. I think that is so cool. And he's also someone I look up to in every way, just with like business and who he is as a person. He's always looking for ways to serve people, and just he's always like doing things for other people. Yeah. And with our family, he will always do what everyone else wants to do. He's never like, no, we should eat here. We should do this. Like, he's always like, well, where do you guys want to go? And he'll just like do it with us. And I just think it's so cute. Obsessed with my family. Just had to brag about them.
You got the rock.
Because they're all amazing. So,
we love that. Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so this is kind of the interesting part. So kind of where we met, but how you got there. So you started going to college.
Yep.
And then, but it was only for a semester.
Go
Walk us through that.
Yo be yo. Yeah, I'm a scholar, basically. Big dreams. But, and hey, no offense to people that go to UVU.
No,
like, that's not a roast. It's just funny to me because I dropped out of a college that everyone gets into. So it's fine. But
like you said, it wasn't for you.
No.
Because you kind of knew that before you went there.
So I went for a boy. Lucky for me, that boy was my husband. So
it's fine.
Thanks, Brayden. Yeah. But he was just so cute. I had to follow him, like, obviously. So yeah, I went. I always knew I was going to do something. My junior year of high school was my first time being like, oh, maybe I want to do hair. But then that was shut down immediately. It was like, nope, you're going to college. You're getting a degree. So I was like, well, don't have a choice. So went to UVU. Studied business, loved business, loved it. So I was in my business classes, and I just started to really like kind of tap into the hair idea again of like, what if I started a business? What if I did hair and extensions? What if because I followed this girl on Instagram, Hair by Chrissy. We all know her and love her, but she was kind of in her come up era. And I just watched what she was doing and I was like, oh, that's the kind of business I want to do. Because I loved beauty. I love style and all that, but it's hard to translate that into like a business that isn't like products or fashion.
Yeah.
That's where hair kind of came up. And my professor was like, have you not gone to hair school? Like, you're weird. Why are you talking about an idea of a salon if you haven't studied hair? And I was like, okay. So yeah, I just dropped out real quick. It's fine. But luckily I had the support of my parents. They were like, okay, you seem kind of bummed out and I don't know why, but you should follow your heart. And I was like, okay. Yeah. So I ended up at Aveda, but I actually was a dental assistant before.
Oh man.
That. Yeah, it was not fun. Okay. I did not like it. So I did pediatric dental assisting. That's so cute. But no, I was like, get me out of here. I hate mouths. I hate teeth. Let's just not. So
bring on the hair.
Yes.
Bring on the face. All of that.
And I will note too, I was actually styling hair a lot during this time, which is also how I was getting ideas because my junior year when my dad was like, no, you shouldn't do hair. He was like, it's a client-based job. Like, you might not have clients. Not that you're not amazing, just that, like, that's scary. So I was doing girls' hair for high school dances, just like word of mouth. Like, people were like, oh, Brooke's really good at braids. Because, I mean, that's what I did in high school. I was always on the cheer team, like, braiding everybody's hair. And, like, everyone knew that I did. I braided a teacher's hair once.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, she called me out of class. And she was like, hey, girl, can you come down to my class and braid my hair? I didn't have time to do it today. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So I just had that kind of going for me. And people knew that, I think. I started to post about it over time. I was like, oh, look how cool this braid is. Whatever. But people started reaching out and they would come to my house and I would do their hair. And then I was like,
You go to Aveda. And that's obviously where we cross paths.
Yes.
Got through. And then
Barely.
Let's go through. Then what happened after that?
I just had this attitude of like, I can't fail. Like, there's no such thing as failure. There's like some whoopsies, right? And I call it failures. But like, really, if you think about it, there's no such thing as failure. They're just learning experiences.
100%.
You take those and you say, okay, let's do it different. I had a couple other classmates that I watched, go at a slower rate, which isn't bad, but they just lacked that attitude of like, you know what? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to follow what I think is best for me, and I'm going to trust my gut. They accelerated, but at maybe a slower rate. So I would advise anyone that, is scared to do hair. It's scary. It's scary.
100%.
It's
when it's on someone else's head.
Yeah.
You're
it's
like,
someone's
okay.
hair. Like, you cannot mess it up.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've messed it up so many times, but the beauty of looking at it and being honest with the client and saying, hey, you know what? I messed up. I'm a human being. Let's go back. Let's retone that at the bowl. And then like the client trusts you more. So it's like, you're going to mess up. So you might as well just like put all of your effort in, take the mess ups as they come, and learn from it, grow from it, be honest about it. Don't lie. Yeah. I know so many hairstylists that are like, oh, that looks terrible. Or like you see people walk out and you're like, why did your stylist let you walk out like that?
Yes.
I just don't believe in that. I think that it's so much better to just be honest with the client because we're all going to mess up.
Yeah.
I wasn't better than anybody else. I was just less scared of failing. I think.
Gosh. That's so true.
So,
like that is your bumper sticker.
Yes.
That's so good.
Totally. So yeah, I left school and I just had that attitude of like, okay, let's do this. So I started out at a commission salon, had an amazing mentor there, and I just worked till all hours. And that is the part that people don't see is I was in salon for 8 or more hours a day. Granted, at this time, I was single. I was in, kind of that college age, young adult era. And like something that I love about what I did is that I was so selfish and I just was like, this is what I want and I'm going to go get it. And that's the only time you really can do that. Yeah. So like I would advise anybody that's that age to like, just do it. Yeah. Go get it. Yeah. 'Cause like, really there's no limit, especially when you don't have to ask for permission from your parents anymore. You don't have to ask for a spouse's opinion. You don't have kids. You just, it's all about you.
Yeah.
So I worked till all hours and decided, okay, I've built up my clientele. I'm going to try out a studio. So I tried out a studio like 1 day a week, and it was scary. I was like, oh my gosh, am I doing this? Like, this is stressful. And I had to teach myself shades of Q.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Lucky for me, I do a lot of blondes, and you kind of can't mess up toning blondes.
You're
It's
right.
like you got purple or blue. What are you using? So
That's true.
I'm like, or just don't tone it,
Yeah.
because half the time I don't even tone
You can
it.
do golden. That's good. I like
Golden
the warm.
salon studio.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey girl. That's the name of my salon, is Golden Salon Studio. I did that. And then actually the girl that I was sharing with went on maternity leave.
Yep.
And I was like, can I have your days? Can I just like come in? And she was like, sure. So I paid her extra to come in more. And then I was like full. And this is where it gets unhealthy, which is important to note also. I would not recommend this, but I was working 5 days a week from 10 a.m. till 3 a.m.
No way.
Yes. Not every day, but a lot. And this is where it's like, ooh, it's approaching that like unhealthy, like overboard. It became a coping mechanism because at this point I was broken up from my husband. And
Not your husband yet.
Not my
Boyfriend
husband
stuff.
yet, but like my boyfriend
Yes.
or whatever. And I just was like, if I work till 3 a.m., I won't be in bed and like thinking about him. So it was bad. So
Wow.
can't let it get to that point.
Yeah.
But we learned from that. So that's an important part of all of this, is like it was extremely unhealthy, but it did accelerate me to like a very higher point faster. Like I mean, I ended up starting my own salon shortly after that, and I couldn't have done it without all of those hours. But I think sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, how'd you do it? Like you did it so fast, and what was different? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend what I did.
Yeah.
But
But
it
that's
was
a good point. Like you
Yeah.
said, I mean, most of the time everyone just sees where you were, like how you were there and now where you are now. And they just think, oh, we live in a world that we think, oh, you just get viral overnight. Oh, you just get so popular and your books are filled overnight.
Totally.
But they didn't see that. And like you said, you were just accelerating the amount that really does take to build, in this case, a clientele.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow.
Yes. But I utilize the beautiful tool that is social media. So
Yes.
if you have your hands on that, please just use it, because that is the only way that I had clients, besides maybe some word of mouth. And I'm from here,
Yeah.
which is important to also say, is like I didn't just like grow it all from the bottom up. Like I had friends here, but social media was like my most powerful tool, and I started using it in school,
Yeah.
which helped a lot. Like even though like my colors weren't that great, it's all about presentation.
100%.
That's what you'll what you'll find is so interesting about hair, is like I really don't think that I'm any better than any other stylist here in Utah. There's so much talent here, but there's a way that I deliver it that sometimes I feel like people are gravitated towards.
Oh,
That's not
yeah.
necessarily content, it's delivery.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's important to note too, that like if you don't feel like you're perfect at it, or you don't feel like you did a great job, still take photos, still post them, because you're probably the only person that thinks that it's not good. And I mean, if you just are confident and you're like, nope, this is my work, it's great, then people just believe you.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part.
Yeah.
You teach people how to treat you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're at your own salon now, and it is called, again,
Golden Salon Studio.
where is it?
It's in American Fork.
That's right.
In my hometown. Yep.
Go look her up. Go book her. You need her.
So yes, we'd love to see it.
We're getting into our part. Braden, of course. So you guys were in your on again, off again.
Yes. So I met my husband for the very first time when I was 14. So we always were acquaintances. But yeah, we started dating after I graduated high school. We were never official though. That's what's kind of funny, is we were never official. But we were kind of this like little situationship. He was kind of my like guy that everybody knew that I was in love with, and they just, never gave me a chance because they were like, oh, what about Braden? So anyways,
Yeah.
we were on and off for 2 years. He was at Utah State at college. Of course, in the mix, we have COVID. We have, times where he was home for breaks or things, and he started doing summer sales. So it was just this constant, like, he's here. He's not. When he was here, it was like really good. And we were like fireworks. It was awesome. But when he was gone, it was like all about jealousy and like on and off, just not fun.
Yeah.
So that was our relationship. And then it was after I had gone full girl boss mode and was just like, I am going to work till I am dead and red in the face and sweating and bleeding. Like, this was legit my attitude. I had like dumped him. I was like, I am not talking to you for 4 months. We did not talk. And that was a long stretch for us. But I came home one day and I was like, okay. So I started my own salon. I have a full book of color and extensions. I've hit every goal that I set for myself, at least up to this far in my life.
Right.
But I don't feel whole yet. What's missing? Like, there was just a piece of me that was not there. And that piece for me was Brayden. And I figured that out shortly after. And I was that person that reached out.
Wow.
And I was like, I still love you. And I really want to try this. And it worked out. So we ended up engaged. Like, it was fast. And people saw this on social media. And it was like, oh gosh, like, do you even know each other? Because we never posted when we were kind of dating. Because we were never official. And I just didn't want to make it weird. So it was like, boom, we're dating. Boom, we're engaged. Boom, we're married. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, I think it was 3 months that we were engaged. And then
it was so fast.
But between the time that we had like started talking to like the ring, I think it was a month and 2 weeks.
Wow.
So it was like,
but like you said,
quick.
you had so much history.
Oh, for sure.
It was just finally like, okay, we're finally here. Like,
yeah,
this is the
it
point.
was like, all right, we're either doing this or we're not. So it just happened and we did it. And a lot of it was pressure of just summer sales and
right.
Yeah. And obviously, like in the LDS religion, you're supposed to get married before you live together. And that was something we wanted to do, was get married in the temple. So we were like, okay, if we're doing it, we're just doing it.
Yeah.
So, and summer sales was April. So we were like,
oh my gosh,
let's do this.
Holy.
So we reconnected in October and we were out living together, married by April.
Yeah.
In another state.
Jeez. So that brings us summer sales.
Yes.
This is a big turning point for you. So at this point, you've got your studio. You're now married. We're now at this point where you were considering like whole. You then move out of the state.
Yeah. Yep.
To the whole like other side of the country.
Yes. Yes.
And what started happening? What's going through your head?
Oh gosh. Okay. So this is actually quite a journey. So up to this point, just for context, I had never lived out of state. I had never lived really out of my parents' house. I moved out once, but then COVID hit 2 months later. So I moved back home.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have experience living away. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, like I am so close to my family. So this was weird. But I had just recently adopted my puppy Jet.
Yep.
So that made me feel better that I had a little buddy and something to nurture and take care of while I was there. But yeah, I moved and I just had this like closed off mindset. Just right before we left, we had switched locations. We were packed up, ready to leave to San Antonio, Texas.
Oh.
And literally, like, it just changed within a couple days because Brayden decided to go with a different opportunity, which obviously, like, he included me in the decision. So I was like, yes, let's do this. This makes sense. But it was like, oh, now we're doing this. So I was just so closed off. Like, I didn't know any of the wives. I didn't know where I was going. It was in the middle of nowhere, Columbia, South Carolina. Like, what was I going to have? And I knew in San Antonio, like, I knew where my Orange Theory was. I knew where I was going to go get Starbucks. Like, I'm just funny like that. I like the predictability.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was scary. And so we get out there and I just was like, I'm not going to make friends. I'm not going to have fun. I'm not going to like this. And I was super negative. And then my birthday rolls around. And that was like so hard for me because it was my first birthday, like away from home, away from my family, out of my parents' house. It was just different. And my mom makes a huge deal out of birthdays. Yeah. So I woke up and there was no banners. There was no presents. There was nothing. And not to say that my husband didn't spoil me because he did, but it was just different. And this was 21 for me. And I was like, 21 sucks. I hate this. I'm like bawling. I'm not happy. Brayden's at his meetings. Like, he's gone. So yeah. I just wasn't happy. And then I went outside to take my little dog to the bathroom. And I looked down at the doormat and I see this card. And I was like, So I opened up the card and it was from one of the other wives, she's now one of my very best friends. But I just that day I opened up and I was like, you know what? This is going to be good. And I'm going to make friends and I'm going to really try. And this is going to be something really beautiful. So that day changed my mindset. And obviously I had to drop the hairstylist title during the summer. I didn't work. And obviously that was my life before. I had actually quite a few moments where I just broke down bawling because I was like, who am I without hair? I can't quit hair. I can't leave. I can't be a mom. I would like freak out at just the future because I didn't know what life was like without that.
Yeah.
I sought out a lot of validation from the success of hair and the hustle of that. It's like, it's this weird high you get when you succeed at something that it was addictive. And I didn't know how to not have that. So being in South Carolina, it was gone. Like everything was stripped away from me. It was like no family, no familiarity in your surroundings, no friends. You have this new husband that like, yeah, you've been with, but not really. Like, so it was different. And I started to pick up new hobbies, which was fun. So I started to tap into my Colleen Hoover and like read some books, which I loved. So I developed a love for reading and I developed a love for exercise, but not like the Orange Theory high intensity workouts that I was doing before. I was doing these cycling classes and I was making friends at those. And I was just kind of like really immersing myself in the culture of South Carolina and the community. Like it is so true what they say about the Southern hospitality. People are so awesome in the South. So I just felt very at home after a while. And I miss it a lot because of that. But yeah, it just became this lifestyle where I was like going on walks and I was thinking about routines and I was in kind of this like self-care moment that I hadn't ever had because it was like, oh, we need to build this empire. We need to like do it as fast as we can so you can be Forbes under 40, like best businesswomen, whatever. I genuinely thought that like I was going to be that and embody that. But like I went out to South Carolina and I was like, maybe I could be a mom because I do like being home and I like cooking and I like just having a routine and working out and not feeling so stressed all the time. It was this new feeling. So that's where I definitely changed and shifted for sure.
So with Summer Cells, just because, you know, have no idea, is he gone like pretty much the whole day?
All day.
So you just had to like really build your own day.
Yep.
And you just got married.
Yeah. So recipe for disaster. Not good. Not good. We'll get into that. But yeah, my husband was gone from 9 a.m. till 10:30 p.m. every day. And he would get home and I was like, okay, let's hang out. Let's do that. And he was just like, don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. And I was just like, what the heck? This is not my husband. This is not you. But I know that so many Summer Cells wives feel that way. That is just the nature of the job because it's so hard. He sells home security. So he knocks on doors in the heat all day. And then he gets home and he's just not like he's spent naturally. I understand that. So yeah, I had to entertain myself. And I think the key here that is really important and I would completely and fully recommend is I was forced to be alone. And that was the pivotal point for me. I didn't have people chirping in my ear what to believe or how to be or what to do. It was, I'm on my own time. I get to enjoy my day and I get to build it exactly how I want my life to reflect. So I really just dug deep into like, okay, if I read before bed, what difference does that make when I sleep? I just kind of like experimented with these things or like, oh, if I eat healthier foods, what difference will that make? Because when you're in salon all day, you're not cooking. No. You're eating Chick-fil-A. You're shoving your fries down your throat. Like you're eating a granola bar on the toilet because you just don't have time to blink or smile or laugh or anything. Like it is like full and I love what I do, but there's no time to like really, and I kind of also just decided I love taking baths, which is kind of funny. Yeah. But that's like my favorite form of self-care now. So I'd like take a bath and I'd like read, I'd watch shows, I would take walks, I would go out like to the cycling place, obviously. And then by the time Brayden got home, it was like, I'm cooking. Oh my gosh, I loved like shopping to cook too.
Yeah.
So anyways, just all these things I got to like play around with. And then it's like, you get home to real life.
That's what I was going to say. So how long were you in South Carolina?
3 months.
Okay.
So you get all adjusted.
Yeah.
And you're all comfy and cozy. And then it's like, oh,
Bye.
bye. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So yeah. Then what happened? You go right back to work? You go right back to...
Yes. My clients were like, get in here now. Get in here now. Yes. So I went straight back to work. But my friend that dropped off the card that I mentioned earlier, her name's Kelsey. She's like the best person ever. But she is kind of my older sister figure. And she kind of gave me advice that she would maybe have given her younger self. And it completely changed my life. So we talked about my hair life. And I was just like, this is not sustainable. Like, this is so hard. And she was like, well, what do you want? I'm like, wait, what? What's a perfect day in the salon? And I was like, oh, I never thought of that. I don't know. Because it was like, oh, well, this client needs to get in at 7 p.m. Well, then, okay. There was just no boundaries. And she was like, girl, you got to set boundaries. There was no boundaries in my life whatsoever. There was no boundaries with what I was eating. There was no boundaries with what my routine was. There was no boundaries with putting myself first. Zero. It was like constantly living on other people's time.
Yeah.
So that friend helped me to then kind of think about, okay, what does life look like when I get home? How does this beautiful, like kind of Zen transformative era reflect into the busyness and the hustle of everyday life? So I made a pretty solid plan of like, okay, I'm only going to take 2 clients a day. I'm going to book out to 80% capacity. I'm going to work 2 to 3 days a week, which was like really cutting it down. I took a massive pay cut for that, but it was so worth it. The best decision I've ever made. Work life coming home was so completely and utterly sound. Like, I was on the verge of quitting before I left. I was just like, you know what? I'm leaving anyway. Like, let's shut it down. Let's be done. But I think there's something beautiful about just balance, kind of ignoring that need to be in the hustle culture and to constantly be go, 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 go. There's something beautiful about, no, we can work 3 days a week and you're still, because I mean, if you think about the reason why I do hair is because of the people and the connection. It's not for the money. It's not for the actual hair. Like, I love hair. I just like being creative in general. So it's not really the hair. It's the people and the connections. So it's like, well, can't you have that 2 days a week? Yes. Okay, then why aren't you doing that?
Yeah.
So that was my pivotal moment with the hair thing. But
that's so true though. And obviously you've stayed on your feet. You've maintained your books.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good for anyone out there to realize. Because you're right.
Yeah.
This world, everything we do, how much more can you do? How much faster can you do it? Especially as women. It's weird now. And again, this is not bad for anyone, but it does seem like we're being pulled away from our roots as a woman. I'm not saying every woman has to go stay at home, barefoot, pregnant, cooking, whatnot. But there are certain things as a woman we are just naturally good at that sustain us and help us feel good. And yeah, I think the world likes to dismiss a lot of that.
Totally. I agree. Yeah. So that was, I traded that set of problems for a whole new one. So that's how life goes. But yeah, when I got home, the work life was just, and it still is to this day, it is my perfect balance. So
wow.
Happy to have achieved that.
Wow. You got home. How is now officially newlywed life? Because it sounds like now you actually got to be with your husband.
Yep. So we finally have that time together. It's very interesting because it was not pretty. It was really kind of gritty and ugly. And not to say that that Brayden did anything wrong. We just had an odd situation because you have this job where he's gone all day, right? And, you know, he'd come home and it wasn't him, it was the nature of the job. And that's something common that I think happens with a lot of these wives that go out with their husbands is they expect, you know, oh, I'm dropping my life for this. I'm supporting you. But the support is different. It's not the I'm going to rub your back at night type support. It's like just having you there is what they need. And I think I went into it like, oh, we're going to spend all this time together. We're in a new place. This is a new adventure. We're newlyweds. And it just wasn't that. It just wasn't as like that aspect of Summer Sales was not fun. And I think that's maybe why like I was so in tune with myself, and I was very much in my like kind of self-transformative era, was because that's all I really had.
Yeah.
So when we got home, he had all the time and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got way too independent. Like I didn't know how to be a wife yet. Like I was just off doing my own thing, and I was just used to this like salon life of like, okay, I'm going to work, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go to Target, I'm gonna, I just had this life, because I mean that's all I did all day every day for 3 months was like, okay, I'm gonna do this for me, I'm gonna make myself happy by doing this today. And like when husband has all this time now, he's like, well, what about me? And I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was hard to navigate. And I will say like there was a lot of issues, and it was not this like picture perfect thing that I had imagined. Because I mean, I thought, oh, we're going to get married and we'll finally be together.
Yeah.
And everything will be fine, because when we were together, everything was fine. But something that I've learned in all of this and the struggle of learning how to be married is I just wasn't communicating. I wanted him to read my mind all the time.
I know.
Yes. I think we're all guilty of that a little bit.
Are.
But I was like to a fault, because I mean, he was doing this super insane job, like so hard. These feelings that I was having, like, oh, shoot, I'm sad that he didn't want to have sex tonight. That makes me sad. Or like, oh, shoot, like I'm sad that he didn't want to like cuddle and love on me all day,
Yeah.
or not all day, but like all night long because he was gone all day. I would like feel these things. And it was like, dismiss, Brooke. Like, you're here to help him. This isn't about you. So I would dismiss. Then when I got home, it was like this buildup of like, I am not emotionally supported in this relationship. And I expected him to just know that. I didn't say that because I was like, oh, I don't want to make him feel bad. I don't want to ruin his sales or whatever. But I also I'm just this chronic people pleaser. And I think you can be in the service industry. Like, I hate when people don't like me or when people are upset with me. And I didn't want to like have those hard conversations. I didn't like the discomfort of saying, hey, I need this from you. And this is when I actually started going to therapy. And this was a super, super transformative time for me as well. So we kind of have like the self-care and like routines that I learned in South Carolina. But then when I got home, I started to struggle a lot with anxiety. And that anxiety was coming from just feeling unheard by not only myself, but sometimes by my husband, because I wasn't willing to acknowledge a lot of what was going on. So I found an amazing therapist. And I will say, if you are going into the therapy world and you're maybe seeking out some help, 2 things. 1, therapists are like boyfriends and partners. You can't match with all of them. You can't like it's like you gotta kind of date the therapist for a sec. Not in a literal way.
No.
But you gotta see if it's gonna be a good match, because not every therapist is gonna be a good match. So you gotta try all the flavors. You gotta really so if it takes time, it's fine. I went through 1, luckily, which was easy, but sometimes it takes 4 or 5 to find your match. And the second thing is, you don't have to go through some like crazy, traumatic, like ugly situation to go to therapy. I think everybody needs therapy. Every single person has their own traumas. And me being a people pleaser, I diminished every single little feeling and every single little experience that I had because it wasn't big enough, or it wasn't that big of a deal because there's people starving in Africa, or there's people that are struggling with XYZ. So that was not serving me. And I finally was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, it's too much to bear. And I felt like mine and my husband's relationship wasn't strong enough at that point to go to him with those things. So I went to a counselor, and it takes time to get to know your therapist and for them to get to know you. But I started to learn about a lot of analogies and a lot of coping mechanisms for anxiety, which is a whole topic. But I think what really changed my life was seeing myself from this larger perspective. And it's kind of a funny analogy, but there's this version of Brooke that's inside this little log cabin house out in the woods. And she is every age of me, every version of me. She's seen it all, but she's the hurt version of me. She's scared. She's not going to leave that little log cabin because she's scared of the real world. So she has all these little bodyguards, and this is what we call exiles. So there's these little protectors that keep little Brooke from feeling any sort of like negative emotion that she's ever felt. So, well, I'll give you some examples. One of my protectors is what I like to call the wall. And the wall is I just shut my ears off when someone says something I don't want to hear. Or if I'm talking about something uncomfortable, I just like zone out and I don't listen. And that can be frustrating to the person that's trying to talk to me about that. Another one is the people pleaser. That's not serving me. But Miss People Pleaser is happening because as a kid, I didn't feel like I fit in. Yeah. And in the dance world, I never got picked for the scholarships. I never was like front and center. I was like maybe front and off to the side. So there's that. There's so many different protectors, but it took going to therapy for me to explore those. And that's where communication was opened up. And that's actually what's changed my relationship with my husband, was acknowledging my feelings are valid and that I am in charge of the way that I respond. And what was happening was I was getting really frustrated with Brayden about not responding to my emotions the way that I wanted to, but I wasn't telling him how I wanted to see him respond. So once I was able to vocalize that and say, hey, actually, when I'm starting to shut down, when you're telling me something and I start to shut down, let's come back to it. Let's take a time out. And then we come back to it when I'm in a better place and I've had time to process it or whatever. Like, that's just an example. And that's changed everything for us. So yeah, I love therapy. I still go. I'm doing amazing right now. I am thriving, but I'm still going to therapy.
Yes. Something you and I were talking about before was when you shared that about the little Brooke in the log cabin. Yes. I was like, that's so interesting because, yeah, I guess I have blocked out memories from when I was younger. There are certain memories that my sisters will say on that episode with Cammie. You know, she was there for a lot of things that I went through, and they would say, you don't remember that? Like, I was there when this happened. And I'll sit there and I'm like, I cannot remember it. And I would always say, maybe I have short-term memory loss, long-term memory loss, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I was just like, I guess maybe I'm like unclinically diagnosed. But that's when it started showing me. I was like, interesting. All of these things that I'm not remembering were like bad. And it was like, oh my gosh, am I actually blocking those out?
Yep.
And that's when then you said, oh my gosh, it's totally a thing.
Yes. So I do the same thing. And it's not just you. This is actually something that is like scientifically proven. And so right now, what I'm doing in therapy, it's basically, okay, so it's called life integration therapy. And what it is basically my therapist will ask me about certain memories that I have from each year of my life. So, and this is something that you listeners could do at home with a journal or try out yourselves, because this is like so crazy and
are they
it
like
works.
Good or bad?
Good or bad. Yeah.
Okay.
So it can be good or bad. So your earliest memory could be, for me, it was at age like 2, which is weird. But most people remember like age 3 to 4. Well, okay. And it was a spiritual experience. So that's why I was still to my parents at that age. So I remember that, which is a cool thing. But most people only remember back to their 3rd to 5th year of life for the most part. So just start where you remember and you write down things that are happy, but also like if there's things that stick out to you that are negative, those are actually just solo synapses in the brain that are not correlated with anything specifically. And the brain doesn't like that. The brain wants this consistency, this flow, this like complete integration, if you will, of memories. And sometimes we have these like traumas, if you will, that are not integrated with anything specifically. And the subconscious mind doesn't understand time. So it doesn't understand, like, it knows the emotions, but it doesn't understand what that's coming from or what it is, which is where your like conscious brain is like, oh, it's from this. So anyways, you can go in and talk to yourself about these memories once you've listed them all from your first one to the present moment. It's just this repetition of the events, saying them out loud, saying, okay, my first memory was getting sealed to my parents or whatever. And then you talk about moving to American Fork, meeting my friend so-and-so, summer camp was so-and-so, things like that you remember and you repeat over and over and over. And you just have to like notice how you feel. So my therapist will have me cross my arms and uncross my legs. And if there's a moment when she says it that like hits me or like triggers something, then I have to squeeze. So you squeeze the pillow, activate. It's called like 4-limb activation. It does something for anxiety. Wow. It's weird. So you activate and then she'll finish the sequence and then she'll come back. And when you have those triggers, she'll stop on those triggers. And obviously, if you're doing this with yourself, like stop at those triggers. In those pauses, you want to really think. And she tells me not to like close my eyes because you don't want to disassociate. You have to like really understand that you're in the present moment still. But you have to tap into those feelings and that moment. And what we'll do is we'll kind of think about, okay, this problem that you had with this, what would make that girl feel better? Is it validation? Is it maybe we could have done this differently? Is it, I'm so sorry. I'm so here for you right now. And I'm sorry you have to go through this alone. Just thinking about those things and going into that moment mentally and talking to that person, talking to that version of you and saying whatever it is, like, oh, I'm so sorry. Or, oh, it's okay to feel this way. Or, hey, just so you know, this is coming. And I know that you're big on that too, McKenna, like just talking to your younger self. But what you'll notice is the more you do this, so you'll talk to yourself and then finish the sequence and then go through it again. And just it's repetition. And you'll notice that the more you repeat it and you're going back to those moments and reteaching yourself how to feel about that moment, it decreases the emotional response. So it's beautiful. Like it is so cool. And I've only done it 2 or 3 sessions now, but I've noticed a difference. It really changes the emotional response. So if you're feeling this way, or even if you're just curious, like, because like I said, I've never gone through anything like horribly traumatic or devastating in my life, but there are little things that have bothered me and they are surprisingly relevant in my life now. But what the subconscious brain doesn't realize is that it remembers the emotion that you felt in that moment, but it doesn't understand that time has passed. So if in my life, I was kind of a shy kid and I was like always embarrassed and things like that. So I'll have these moments where I'm like so embarrassed and I'll just like get flushed and I'm like, oh, what the heck? Like I'm not embarrassed, but why am I embarrassed? And it's because the subconscious mind like remembers that feeling, but I'm like not a kid anymore. Like I know that I'm not a kid anymore. I know that I shouldn't be getting red in the face, but your subconscious doesn't understand that. So teaching your brain the sequence of these things is teaching your subconscious that time has passed.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. I didn't know any of this before. It's kind of a fun little thing if you want to try it out, but
well, and I totally believe that it would help. I mean, maybe things are going great. Maybe you don't really feel like you've had so many traumatic issues, but you fix the roof when the sun's out, not when it's raining.
Yep.
That's that exactly maintenance right. Because everyone's going to go through those crazy dips. You don't know when, but if you can have that already locked up.
Yep. 1,000%.
Oh my gosh, Brooke. This is just, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go do this tomorrow for my meditation.
Oh my gosh. Yes, you have to. And that's another amazing thing that I would love to touch on is meditation.
Yes. Okay. When did you start?
Recently.
Okay.
For reals, like maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
How do you set it up?
So I've dabbled multiple things. So for Christmas, my mom was awesome and she got me all of these little like candles. So they're battery powered candles and I'll set them up. And then sometimes I'll light a real candle or not. I have a little frequency bowl. I think it's called like a sound bowl.
Yeah.
You don't have to use it. I like it because it kind of just puts you in this like zone. And this takes practice.
Yeah.
You just have to try it. Like you just have to, start with 5 minutes. That's what I did. I was like, I'm doing this wrong. But the more you practice, the more you can really get into it. And this is something that's proven to help in all areas, in relationships, in career, like literally everything. Just this quiet time to listen to what the universe or God or whatever you believe in is telling you. So I'll set it up with like my candles and I'll have my little bowl. Lately, I've been loving getting some frequencies on Spotify. So you can just type in like meditation music or meditation frequencies or whatever. And these frequencies, I don't know what it is, but it does something to your brain where like you just go into this meditative state. You go into this zone of like quiet and stillness. And there's moments where like my brain will drift off and I'm thinking about work or whatever, but you just have to come back and focus on your breath. Mm-hmm. That's what I'll do is I'll just take deep breaths and focus on that. And I do also have a note in my phone that has all of my affirmations. With all of these affirmations, I also have a vision board. That's another important aspect of meditating and manifesting is seeing your goal or seeing your affirmation. And when you're meditating, visualizing that picture or that thing. So for me, I've manifested my dream income, which is $1 million, right? Yeah. Seems really out there. But if you manifest it correctly, it can actually become. So what I'll do is I'm not thinking to myself, I'm manifesting $1 million. I have to come from a place of already having $1 million. Because I might not make $1 million, but if you are putting out into the universe this attitude of gratitude, then you are attracting money. Yes. Because no matter how much money you have, you'll always have enough if you're grateful for it. So the way I'll frame it is I am grateful to be making my dream income. I am grateful to be making $1 million. And when I think about that, I visualize in my head my bank account with 1,345,000. Like, I'm not even kidding you.
I love that.
Just visualizing it actually happening. Because if you don't believe it, it's not going to work. Yeah. So it's easy to just start small and think to yourself, like, if you're working on self-confidence, which is like what this episode is all about. Like, you might not believe that you're pretty right now. You might be really beautiful, but you might not believe it. So saying to yourself, I am beautiful. I am brave. It's not going to work. Right. You have to say things like, I'm grateful for a healthy body. I love myself for showing up. I love the way that I do this. Or just like little things that you really do believe about yourself. I love that I am trying today. Framing it in that state of mind instead of like forcing yourself to believe something that isn't entirely true to you. Because that's the difference. Things that actually manifest in your life are the ones that you truly do believe. And then you also take action to follow.
Yeah. Oh, this is so good.
Obsessed.
This is so
good.
good.
Everybody, let's get meditating.
Yes. And that's literally going to be kind of our main, like what we get to wrap this up. This has already been amazing. I've taken so much from this episode. This has been so good. So you and I were saying something's different about this year. Something's different about 2023 is just like you said, after COVID, everyone was so big on we have to get back to normal. We have to get back to what we've missed. And it almost like was a pendulum swing and it went too far. And now it's like, sure, we're all out and about and we're hustling and we're getting all this stuff, but it's almost created, like you said, another problem that it's affecting our state of life, our state of mind. The routine, meditation, all of that, self-care, that is a huge part. I have as well been doing that. Hugo, we've talked about, like that's a huge thing.
Oh my gosh, yes, I love that.
So social media. This is obviously a constant in everyone's life. And you are the social media queen.
No.
On all the platforms.
You're
it
way
is
too
true.
nice to me.
No, you are. And
thank you.
And that was something that's how I really feel like I saw a lot of your self-confidence through.
Okay.
Kind of what I just want to, for other people you know, who I know look up to, or anyone else on social media who see that light and want that light, can you give us a little peek into like, one, how you got there, but also what it is when it's not that all the time?
So obviously back in the YouTube era, like 2014, I thought I was going to be Bethany Moda or Aspen Ovard or, you know, one of those YouTubers. So I've always loved creating content. I tapped into my first Instagram account, I think like when I was 12. Like I was a baby. I was a baby. And I just loved outfits and I loved sharing tips and tricks and things. And a lot of my followers now are people that followed me from this time of life where I was constantly just posting like, you got this, you're amazing, you can do this. I'm not having a great day today, so it's okay to not have a great day. I had this like mindset. I just wanted to like build people up and I wanted to give people that. And this was pre-hair. Yeah. So it's amazing that I ended up in hair because that's what I get to do all day, every day. I consider myself the ultimate hype girl. Like, 100%. I just love like boosting other women. And I wish there was more of that. So for a long time, that was a lot of my platform was, and I mean, I say platform lightly. I have literally maybe 6,000. Like it's not a lot, but I wanted to use what I had to build a strong audience and to really touch these people that are just real and like, build them up because I needed that. I needed that older sister kind of advice and confidence boost, but I didn't have that. So that's how I kind of started developing a passion for social media. It was more just like seeing the messages of people like, hey, this was something so small, but it really helped me today. Thank you. Or, hey, this is so inspiring. I'm going to repost it. Is that okay? Like that was so addicting to me. I loved it. So as time went on and I got busier with hair, I kind of stopped doing a lot of that. And I was more just posting like my highlights or things that were really fun or things, you know, and that wasn't really always me. I wasn't that person. I was the first person to say, I'm having a crappy day. Aren't you? Like, you know, I loved keeping it real. And I think that's what people loved, but that got lost for a sec there. And I think it's still kind of under the rug a little. I don't know why. I think maybe because I do get that in salon a lot. But yeah, I just started posting a lot of my favorite outfits or when I do get ready or here's a little tutorial on how whatever. Anyway, so that's what it's become. But I will say during a lot of this struggle with marriage and moving and all of this, I just default to ghosting. Like I just avoid. That's my favorite coping mechanism is like, oh, just avoid. I just don't post. I never post anything that's unauthentic to how I feel. Yeah. So what that then created was this highlight reel, which is Instagram or TikTok, right? But yeah, I don't love that. I want to get back into kind of my more like motivational, like self-confidence type energy because that is what I've always embodied. And I just think that social media is so, I wouldn't say it's fake because I think that it's becoming a lot more realistic now. People post photo dumps or whatever. Yeah. But it is this highlight reel. Yeah. And it's easy to look at it and be like, oh, she bought this. I need to buy that. Or, oh, she lives this place. Oh, why don't I? Oh, she married this person. Well, I'm struggling. So why am I not happy? Like, it's so easy to feel that way. But really, people are just not posting about their bad moments. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Like, I think it's getting real, but it's also not. Yeah. So it's very interesting. But yeah, I genuinely just love like creating content. And I think that's something that is going to be my thing in 2023. I've kept the hair stuff at bay because I really do feel like I have something to offer social media. And I've felt that way for a long time since I was 14 years old. I'm just allowing the universe to take that as it's supposed to. Because I also don't think that if I'm not meant to do that, I just won't. And I'm okay with that. But I think just being able to post more authentically and like share like not the cutest pictures sometimes or maybe like something that's not so aesthetic. I think lately I've been very caught up in like, oh, the aesthetic. I want it to be the aesthetic, but I'm over the aesthetic. I'm sick of it. I am sick of the aesthetic. I'm like, let's just get real. Yes. Let's just, because that's what people are craving more than ever. And I think that's why podcasts are booming and B-Reel's a thing. Like people are so desperate to feel that like connection and that realness in people because it's so hard to come by these days. So
wow. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, I know there are certain things that you've posted that I still hold on to, which is so crazy. I know you were doing your scripture study for you were going to like Institute.
Yeah.
It was before you were married. And I just remember every time I would always look forward to be like, what'd she learn today? Because your scripture studies were so insightful.
Really?
And I think that I was so shocked because I perceived you as this pink hair girl. And I am so sorry I said that. But that's when I saw that level, I was like, oh my gosh, like she's so deep. She's so real.
Yes.
And yeah, I just think I agree with you. You've got a lot to offer and already what you're offering now is good, but I know it will continue to get better.
I think that's something people miss about me sometimes is like I kind of just have this like blonde bombshell vibe sometimes, and
not that that's bad,
but yeah, it gives this kind of like weird impression, but I have a lot more depth than people understand. I'm a very, very deep thinker. I'm a writer. Like there's so much more to me that I just like don't know how to like portray on social media sometimes. But I think this is my year to like figure that out. I'm completely rebranding. Like I'm kind of just getting away from that like pink version of me that you're talking about, because that girl was like totally living for other people. My word for this year is introspection.
Wow.
That's a big word. I had to look it up. But I was like, what's the word for like looking inwardly and like looking at yourself from a different lens? It's introspection. I really want to like look at myself from the inside this year. And a lot of that has been doing low intensity workouts, doing what feels better for my body, going to therapy, really unpacking some of this like deep, deep stuff. Like it's this load of dishes that's just collected crust over the years, and now I'm trying to wash it, so it's hard. But I want to have a really nice dish after this, and I want it to be clean, and I want it to reflect exactly who I am, and not the girl that maybe the Utah culture and my upbringing and my friends and family have made me to be or feel. So,
well, I heard that. What is it? Like the numerology zodiac type thing. Numbers mean a thing, right? And so they were saying numbers. Like the year in each number. So what I heard, I like it, that 2024 apparently is the power year, but 2023 is the year you get ready for your power year.
Oh, I love
So you're already on that wave.
Here we go. We're in the come up era.
Yes.
Both of us.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, I love that.
I love you're doing it. You didn't even know, and you're already doing it. But I'm like, there is a wave, a collective wavelength vibe
is
that everyone's
feeling. This vibe?
I think so, because I'm looking around and I'm like, you're feeling it. You're feeling it.
Are you seeing this like de-influencing stuff on social media? Have you seen it?
Wait, no.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what is it?
I'm obsessed with it. So you know how everyone's like, don't buy this. Use my link.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Guilty as charged. I do that. But there's this new trend people are de-influencing. Like people are just getting real. They're being like, hey, so this year I'm going to save money. Or people are like, don't buy this. It's terrible. Or like,
no way.
Yeah. So it's kind of awesome.
That.
Because I feel so guilty of like, oh, I need to buy this to keep up with the trend. I need to buy this to be cool. I need to buy that and that. I'm like, I have no money. Like I need to start saving money. But I can't do that when I'm trying to keep up with all these trends.
Yeah.
And people are feeling it. Yes. People are feeling it. Yes. It's a community. It's a vibe. There's an energy here. I don't know what it is, but we're in our like de-influencing, like self-care.
Stripping away and everything.
Peeling the onion back. Yes. Like we're just getting so raw, and I'm obsessed with it. I love it.
You, my friend, are amazing. This has been so great. I love this. I'm so glad you texted. I'm so glad you followed it.
It literally, you guys, the first episode, it was like history of Brooke's Life 101. And it was kind of boring.
Stop it. I had interest in it.
Yeah.
This one gave you.
Do you think we gave what we needed to give?
100%.
Okay. Well,
100%.
If not, that's all we have.
No,
so
this is great. Last thing. If you could give yourself, looking back on your entire, what would be one thing you would say to yourself, either in 6th grade year, either in 19 years old, start of the year, whenever you pick it. But if you could just look back and say something to yourself, what would it be?
I think I would say live for you. Do it for you. Because as I've gone through this whole life integration therapy process, I've noticed some patterns about my quote unquote traumas that have bothered me. And a lot of them have to do with trying to make other people happy or seeking out this validation from outward sources, whether that's hair, whether that's boys or parents. I've noticed this pattern from year 0 up to age 21 where I just lived for everyone else. And I never really thought to myself, what does Brooke want? Or what does Brooke believe? What does Brooke really want to see in her life? And not because you have to be the perfect Mormon daughter, not because you have to be the perfect wife or the top 40 Forbes, whatever, hairstylist. Truly, like, I really wish that I could go back and tell younger Brooke to just spend some time alone and look inwardly and live for herself. Yeah. That would be my best advice.
I love it. I love you.
So deep.
You're so good. No, it is.
And mic drop.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
We love it. Thank you.
I love you. You're amazing.
Thank you just for coming. Thank you for sharing this, for opening up. Yeah, I know people hearing this episode are just like, yes, that's
oh my gosh. Well, these are the kind of podcast episodes that I love, and I just
that's
suck
how
it all
yours
in.
should be.
Well,
yours should be the one you love.
Well, you're the best. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I'm so happy to be here. Round 2.
Yes, it was perfect. And thank you to whoever you are out there listening. We're just so grateful to have you here. Be sure to go share this episode. I know there's a lot of people who need to hear it.
Go share it. And
we will see you next week as we finish up our love month. But
love on yourselves.
Yes, just do it. All right. Bye.
Bye.